Good day. This is the this is a video demonstration in installing Windows Server 2012 R2. And then I'm gonna show the network configuration, statistically set the IP address of the server as well as the DNS. So in the virtual box, we'll create new, click new, and then set the name, input your name of the machine, and then find your folder. And then your ISO image, the Windows server. Select the Windows server with a GUI. So we will set the base memory till the end of the green, so it is safe in the green, the end of the green. Then the disk size, it depends on you. You can just turn it on whatever gigabyte you need. So we'll go 30. So we'll check if we got the right set. Then next, and then we will start the virtual machine. Here we will not change anything, just go click next after having this loading screen or screen you are having. Just click next. Then install now. The second, the server with the GUI. Next. So you read that and accept, and then install Windows and customize. So we'll make new for the remaining datas like that. Then we'll load. So after this loading, you will restart now. Here the password. This is this is the this is a requirement, so you need to put password. And you'll need the on-screen keyboard so you can interact with the machine itself. Input password, then you'll get to the server or Windows server itself in the machine. So we will wait for the loadings. Okay, then after you see this, we'll wait for loading. We wait, and then click on this configure. So click on the IPv4 address, then click Ethernet properties. Then we'll go to the Windows PowerShell. After this, put ipconfig. Then we'll see the IP address. So default gateway, subnet mask, and then the IPv4 address. We'll input that in the IPv4 Ethernet that we have opened on the properties, and then use the following IP address. Then that's the values that we have seen last on the Windows PowerShell. We'll input those into this. Here in the preferred DNS server, just input the IP address. Here we will refresh the server manager and we'll see that the Ethernet is now enabled. Click on add roles, then go next. So we'll choose the upper, then next. Click on the Active Directory Domain Service, add features, and then the DNS server, and we will add features. These are important for the servers. And we'll go next. We'll check, and we don't have anything, so we will go next. We'll still press next, and then next, and the next confirmation. So install, and we will wait again for the installation. It will take a few minutes. After the few minutes, close, and we will add groups. So let us press DNS, tools, DNS, and then press this, and then forward lookup zones. Then we see that it is empty, so we will add one. Press the flag with the caution, then promote the server, and we will add a new forest. The root domain name is depends on you on what you like to name your domain, and this is ours. And here we will input our new password for the domain. Here we will just press next, and here we will input name our 2R10 G5. And here we will just next is the default, and then we will go next. And here we will be installing another file, so we will install and then we will restart. Here we came back from the main, so we'll control alt delete to sign in again, log in, and then you'll need the on-screen keyboard so to interact with the machine. Password you have put in the forest, so that input and then next, logged in. Here we will check again tools and then active directory users and computers. We see that we have made a local. This is our domain. Here we will check the DNS manager and we will see the file again on the forward lookup zones. Here we have the 2R10 G5 local and then we have the files. Here in the PowerShell we will input nslookup, so the default server is still unknown. Then we will install an application so that we will have a default server in the DNS. Here, click on the local server and then the Ethernet again, IPv6 enabled. Here, right click Ethernet. So we see the IPv6. Okay, and then we will go to the Ethernet. Look on properties. Here we'll obtain DNS server address automatically. That's will input. Then we'll check on IPv4 and then properties. So the lower this the preferred DNS is, we will turn it back into the IP address that we have, 10.02.15. So we have it the same values. Now we have done it. We'll go to Windows PowerShell and then nslookup, and we have seen that it's always timed out. The DNS request timed out. So this is where we will install another one. We will check the DNS reverse lookup zones and then new zone. So next, we need this. Just next. We don't need to tamper anything. It's only the primary zone. Next, and then we'll select the default, then IPv4 reverse lookup zone. And we will input the network ID that we have, 10.0 and then 2. In here, we will not tamper anything. We will go next and then let's go finish. So we have created one. Then we will new pointer, add the new pointer, and then we'll set the host IP address, add the remaining, and we are good to go. We'll just press this browse select the win and then the forward. Here we will click the local to our 10G5 local, and then we'll just press the win below, and we'll press OK. Once we are done, we'll go to Windows PowerShell and then check again. Now we are done on setting the IP address of the server. We will create user and groups. We will open Active Directory user and computers. Click the local file. Then just right click on the local again. We'll go to new and find the organizational unit. Here we will name our new object to USTP Plattek, or it depends on your what's the name that you have chosen. Once we're done, we will go right click on the USTP Plattek or the file that you have made, then new, create group, and here we will add groups, 3 groups: ICTS, and then we'll add accounting and HRMS. Now we have made 3 groups. Then we will create new users. Input your first name and the last name, or your add initials or no. So it depends on you and your user logon name. And input the password of the user. And now we will be creating users up to 15, and we will cut the fast forward later after we finish creating. Now that we have created the 15 users and 3 groups, we will add the users into the groups. So we will double click the group and then members, and we will press add. Input the users that you're gonna add on the group. Click apply always after adding all the users. Now that all 15 users are now added to the three groups, so we will go to the ownerships and permission. Now we are going to be doing the ownership and permission. Here now we'll be logging on to the users that we have made on the groups. We will log them on here. Now we are gonna input the password. After getting the password right or input, we'll be receiving this first time login. So we'll be changing the password again, and then we will be using the new password to log in again with the each user that have changed. And after you enter, the password has changed, and then the sign-in method you're trying to use isn't allowed for more info, so like that, and we will be making the user log in here in the machine itself. Here we go back to the sign in by Control Alt Delete, and then we will input the administrator again. We'll be signing in the administrator. Now we have signed in. We will search for the group policy management. Now we have opened the forest, so we will drop down domain into local, and we will search for the drop down again, domain control, and then edit the default domain. Now we are editing the domain, so we will open the policies down to Windows settings and then the security settings and go to local policy, and we will go users rights assignment. Click on the users, and we will open allow log on locally and add user or group. So browse advanced and find the domain users. After finding, click OK and OK. So apply, and then we will go to Windows PowerShell. We will enter GP update and then /force. So the policy is now updated and we can log on to the local users that we have made in the groups. Now that we can log in to our users local, so we will be adding permission to each user's documents or files inside. Now we will be logging in our admin so that we can add the permission or the ownership of each users that we are gonna be adding. Now we will go to the files. Then we're going to check the local disk C. Now we will create a new file in the this PC. So we'll input accounting assignments for accounting. So the permission is going to be only for those who have joined the accounting group. And now we'll search the accounting and the permission is only for read. Once we're done, we will click and then share. Click on security, then click edit for the accounting, then we'll check the accounting. That's oops, wrong. Go to accounting and then we will deny and then we'll minimize or adjust will the permission. So not allowed, so we'll deny. And now click yes once you are done. And now we will be adding members, the users of the accounting. So these are the users, so we'll check, then we will add more in that particular users. So the user is now allowed to modify the files that are handled on the group. Once we are done, we'll log out or sign out and then we'll sign in to the other account of the user, the local user that we are going to use. So the KDRS is now permission to see the file that has been permissioned for her to see. Now the file is empty, but you can see the file that is being permissioned to be seen by her. Now we are going to log out, and then we'll sign in another user. Here, BJB can open the assignment for accounting because he is in the accounting group. We will sign out again and log into admin. We'll check tools. So the Active Directory users. We have seen that these are the users that are on the accounting security group. And we will be adding them onto the onto the file itself. Here on the accounting assignment. So security, and we will remove Kisha Don, then add the administrator. Sign out, and then we will log on to Kisha again. Account Kisha. Now we will open the assignment for accounting. Now Kisha does not have the permission, so you will need to log on the admin or the person or user that has the permission to open the file. Now you can stop sharing if you want to. So Kisha is only on the read and write but cannot open the file unless you will log in the admin. Now we will sign in the admin. So we'll go to the local disk C, assign for accounting. Let's check the properties, security, and then we will add on the accounting the members. Here, after adding, or while adding, we will only check the list for list folder contents and then the read and write. And here now we will allow the system to write. And now here the system can tamper the files of KDRS or Kisha. Then you can add files. And now Kisha has the only file, and then if we log out then sign in the other users cannot see the document that have been written by the file or the system or administrator. The demonstration is now finished. Thank you and goodbye.